let's say it's hitting the fan and there is an apocalypse. It's about to go down. I want to know, what is one necessity that George Clooney needs for George, Amal, and the twins? What would you need to have?
I'd have a backpack, but in it I would have matches to create fire, because that's not an easy thing to create. I'd have some sort of a pocket knife to be able to cut things like sticks and things like that, and with a compass on it. And then I'd have wine.
Demián, what are your thoughts on Clooney's beard? Does that play its own character in this film? Because I feel like it has a world of its own, the beard.
It's a little bit scary to see that thing. I actually think I saw a creature in there, a living creature living there inside. I saw some eyes.
He didn't bathe the beard?
Unfortunately not.
Okay, first question for you is, if you were going to name a star, because you can kind of do that now, what would you name your star and why?
What would I name my star? Probably Hope, because I think hope is something we need a lot of right now. I never really understood the concept of hope, actually, until we went through this major pandemic. Then I suddenly realized just how important hope is.
David, what would your star be?
I'd probably name the star after my wife, Jessica. That would be the way I would do it.
Okay, now, in addition to being an Oscar winner, a Cecil B. DeMille Award winner, you've got all that stuff. But I feel like your most important title is Sexiest Man Alive. Exactly. So it's not once, not twice. And Michael B. Jordan is currently the sexiest man alive. So what advice would you give him to get to that second time like yourself?
Well, he's young, so he's got nothing but time, and I feel there's lots of time for him in the next few years to there's never been a 2 year in a row sexiest man alive, and maybe that's what Michael should aim for. Set the bar high,
So you think that
for the AARP sexiest man still alive?
If you could be in an apocalypse bunker, because in the film it's kind of like a bunker, with one former co-star, who would that one person be with you in that bunker, George Clooney?
I might take Don Cheadle. He's a Kansas City kid. He knows how to survive. He knows how to get around. He's been up and down. I might take Don. We're good friends. We're not going to argue. He's a good cook. I think I'll take Don.
Talk to me about if there was going to be a Clooney planet.
Yes.
You're going to colonize another planet. What is going to be on Planet Clooney?
On my planet?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question. I think it would be mostly some vegetation and a lot of dogs, because I like dogs. And dogs are dogs they'll take care of you in a lot of ways, and they will bring you your all the things. They'll bring you your slippers while you're laying underneath a fawning.
Okay, and a little bone I have to pick you with. I was watching this film and I felt a little bit less of a man because I can't grow a beard like that, George.
I can see that. Look, it takes a little work. You got to concentrate. You have to like that a lot, and it'll just start spurting out. You hold your breath, and it'll come out.
So was that real? Was that a real beard?
Yeah. Ask my wife, who was thrilled when it came off. I kept my son would hide things like popsicle sticks in it, and I'd find it later. It's not an attractive thing.
Wrapping it up, what is kind of the greatest lesson you've learned about being a dad thus far, and especially being a dad at this point in your life? What is one of the greatest things?
You mean like Tony Randall age, having a child? Is that what you're trying to say? Well, the funniest thing is what you learn is, particularly with twins, is that very little of what you do has any effect on them, that they were born with their own personalities, and they are going to continue to have them. My daughter keeps everything in its place and is very orderly, and my son, all he does is try to pull pranks on people, and I don't know where he got that from.
In the film, you guys sing Sweet Caroline as like your fight song, your empowered song. I'll start with David. What is your go-to song when you gotta, get the juices flowing, when you gotta go?
My wife and I love dancing to Sex Machine at the house for reasons that I will not divulge on this interview. But yeah, that's a popular one in our household.
Felicity, do you dance to Sex Machine? Is that what's going on in your house?
I do like a bit of Sex Machine, I have to say. It's a great song. It's a great pandemic song. But I would throw into that a little bit of Tina Turner. And you can take your pick.
Simply the best. I'll just go. We'll wrap it on that.
Nutbush City, you know.
Yeah,
where does one start?
Simply the best Sex Machine. That's how it's gonna be.
That is my song. Yeah.
I am Andrew Dish Nation. Kyle, what do you think of my wave? What do you think of this? Are you on board with this?
You're going out of the lines.
That's true. Kyle, I will start with you. Since you play the pilot on the ship, out of the three of you in real life, who would you trust to pilot a spaceship?
Well, I'm gonna throw Demián under the bus. I'll go with Tiff. Yeah.
Now, why Tiff? Why would you trust Tiff with your life?
Because Demián would be over by craft service doing something or another. Meanwhile, we're out there flying that ship around the studio. It would cause trouble.
Yeah. Me too. I would trust Tiffany with my daughter, you know. Yeah, with anything.
You.
Tiff, now I'm going to call you Tiff because Kyle just did, so I'm going to go with it. Tiff, if you were going to colonize a planet, what would we need on that planet? Like to make Tiff feel at home? What kind of creature comforts do you need?
Oh, geez. I need my dog. I need Netflix. I need chocolate, ice cream, steak. Demi and I, we connect over good steak, liquor. Yeah.
And Demián, what does your world look like? What does Demián's planet look like? What does Demián need?
Well, I will have to go for, to double that order. Whatever she ordered, make it a double order. Absolutely.
And Kyle, George Clooney as a director, you've been directed by many people. Now, where does he stand on that level? Is he a little bit of a diva? Is he one of the best directors you've ever had? Where does he top that list?
I signed an NDA. I can't say any of that stuff. I'm already threatened with a lawsuit because of some things that I said on a network show, and I can't say anything. I'm sorry.